Okay, so let's think about the objectives that we're working towards, and I have developed these from our previous meetings in the notes. Um, so hopefully they will sound right, but if not, let's talk about it and let's try and make that better. So upon completion of the training, participants should have been able to have met with the community in attendance and will have spoken to new potential collaborators and learned more about their, i.e. the other participants, organisations and stories, so that networks may be developed and new opportunities may arise directly as a result of attending. The next one is that upon completion of the training, participants will have been able to complete structured reflection in relation to their own leadership experiences and both how and why they have achieved this. The community in attendance will also consider terms such as leadership, community, change and success within the context of their work. Having experienced this discussion, they may develop new challenges and definitions of their work and its purpose for the future. Upon completion of the training, participants will have reflected upon and shared examples within the community in attendance on how their organisation works. In other words, what they do and how they do it. The training will allow them and will also offer them the chance to reflect upon why they do what they actually do. Then, upon completion of the training, the participants will have explored tools and models that may now be useful and can be applied to their clients, projects and organisations. Upon completion of the training, participants will have had an increased understanding and ability to practically apply these new ideas to both explain and sell their projects in the future. In other words, they will be asked to consider how the discussions and exercises of the day can be utilised to take their ideas further within their practice, so that the impact of our shared experience within the training can be experienced and encouraged further. Now, they are the outcomes. If you look at the document that I've sent, I do talk underneath each of the outcomes with an explanation on how I would anticipate that we're going to actually achieve that. I think that's a very important part of the document to have a look at in your own time, because it's very, very important for actually explaining what it is that we're actually going to do to make that happen. There are some techniques that I will just point out right now. That is one thing I'd really like to do. It's a very simple thing, but to have a very long roll of paper, brown paper or whatever, very cheap to buy, would be a material that we'd need. And basically what I like to do in this kind of scenario is to have it rolled out either all the way along the table or the floor or whatever it is that we're going to have. And basically at any point within the training, if there's something that a participant wants to write down, they can do that. It might be a question, it might be something of importance, it might be a comment, but they can write down. And there's certain tasks that I've spoken about within the document where they would also be encouraged to do that. But they can do that at any time, and that's quite good for people who maybe don't feel so confident in saying something out loud. The reason why I like to do it on the paper roll is that can then be kept, and at the next training we can use it from the point where we last used it, and so it becomes an ongoing archive of what's actually been discussed in previous trainings as well. And it's also there so that people in attendance can just photograph it on their phones or whatever, their iPads, and they then have an immediate archive as well of some of the things that were discussed within the training. So I really would like to do that as well. The other thing that I'd like in the room, if possible, is a computer connected to the internet, and if possible a projector, because there might be some short films that we look at. There might be the actual virtual learning space that we pull up so that we can show people how to use it and how to find further documents, or where they might want to upload documents of their own. And that would be really, really helpful.